My name is Jordan Chilton. I graduated high school in 2008, and I am currently a junior at Missouri State in the Religious Studies program.
When you graduated high school, you completed a senior project. Can you talk a little bit about the value of it?
I found senior projects to be valuable both then and now. I did culinary arts for my senior project, and it was valuable at the time because it was the first chance I had to really explore what I wanted my career path to be. And it gave me a chance to explore what I felt was my passion at the time, and it actually led me to decide that wasn't my passion, which I find very valuable. It was, I felt I got a jump start on the rest of seniors going into college after that because they hadn't had that chance at other schools to really explore that. And then I also, in high school, I felt high school was kind of boring and very easy for me, and senior projects were the first academic challenge I had. It challenged me as a writer, and it challenged me to better myself as a student. Before, just doing what I did was good enough, and this wasn't good enough. I had to push myself for the first time. And it's valuable now because it's taught me how to research. I have 10-page papers all the time, so they don't seem quite so hard now that I've done it. And it taught me how to present in a professional environment. And that was infinitely valuable. I've done that several times, both in college and in real life with job interviews and stuff. And I just felt like it gave me that push start I really needed my senior year to launch me into a more successful life in college and in the real world.
Do you know anything about what your peers did? Like, I know, we didn't work in isolation, so what do you know about your peers' projects, or what do you know about their, I don't know, do you have any advice or thoughts about what everybody else did for their senior project your senior year? Like, do you remember those, or
Absolutely.
What do you remember about it?
I remember the thing that comes to mind the most is how excited everyone was about their projects. It was the first chance we had not to be the cookie cutter student and get to explore what we loved in life. And it was really cool to see people's passions come out because they wanted to tell you about it. They wanted you to know what they were studying. Even people who you wouldn't say were the best students in our grade got excited about this project. And I can still recall what most of my class did because it was all so cool. We had one do biodiesel, another one do recycling. It was just really cool to see what people liked, and I'm excited to see in the future how they take that passion and use it to their advantage, to see where they go with that, because it was the first chance we got to see who they were as people, not as students.
So that was going to be, I know this all is like kind of impromptu, and thank you for meeting me, but I just was curious. I was going to ask you that question about what are some of the ones that you remembered that were like, oh, wow, or, you talked about the biodiesel and you talked about the recycling one. Do you remember any others, or do you want to talk about one of those, or?
They were all... I admired so many of the projects just because a lot of stuff I wouldn't have done. And it took a lot of effort on their parts. I really admired the ones that wrote a book. I thought that was I've always wanted to write a book, and I thought that was cool that they made that their senior project. And I just liked the broad spectrum of what was covered. Like, I do remember another peer did interior design, another one did a water garden. I just thought it was so cool to see what people could accomplish by themselves when they put their minds to it. They didn't settle for just doing average projects. They wanted to be the best. And I thought that was really cool. People really came out of their shell and pushed themselves to make a difference in the community and in their own lives.
Mm-hmm. And what did you think about senior projects going into it your senior year? What did you remember? What do you remember or know? Now it's been like 4 or 5 years. But what do you remember or know about it?
Well, I'll never forget that because my freshman, sophomore, and junior year, I was terrified of senior projects. I didn't know what I'd do. I was terrified the summer before because I was like, I have no clue what I'm doing. And I was just scared. I knew it was going to be a push. It was the thing I'd heard about all my years of high school. And but as I got into it, it got easier, of course, because it was laid out what we needed to do. but it was just, I was filled with anxiety about it before I actually got to know what it was about.
Are you proud of being able to do it? Were you proud of your work? And
Absolutely. I felt it was the first thing in high school I was proud of. Everything else was just normal.
I thank you, Jordan. I mean, I just ran into you in a restaurant, and so thanks for running out to my car and recording this. But we talked about it inside, and you said that you were cleaning out your closets. And what did you just find yesterday or day before?
I found my judge's packet that I gave to them, the actual book, and I've kept it in a file because it was something I was proud of, and it's something I look back on and I can smile about because I can read it and see, even since then, how much I've grown as a writer, but I can see that and my previous high school work, how much I grew during that time in my life. And it's just really cool to read over it now, 3 or 4 years later. So,
do you think this is something that students should do? Like, is doing a project on your own, a senior, I mean, it doesn't matter what you call it, but an inquiry project like this, do you think that it's something that all high school students should do, or seniors should do, or freshmen, or
Absolutely. I just feel, like I said, it's that jump start into either real world or college, no matter what they go on to do. These are valuable skills that they need. I mean, you have to be able to present in front of a group. I mean, a job interview is doing that in a professional environment. It's just, I don't know. I don't know where I would have been my first semester of college had I not had that push start. I don't even know if I would have stayed in college, to be honest. So I think every student should have to do this type of project. I think it was the most valuable thing I did in high school. So.
And did you mention you started at OTC?
Yes.
Okay, I can't remember if we mentioned that on the phone, but
yeah, I started in the culinary program, and with my senior project, along with a semester in that, I realized that wasn't for me. I went on to do the transfer degree, graduated from OTC in May of 2010, and then came to MSU.
And what are you studying now?
Religious studies with a minor in psychology.
And even your experience with senior project in the culinary arts is valuable. I mean,
absolutely. I do research projects all the time for religious studies, more than I've ever done. So to know I can research and to know I can write makes it that much easier.
That's awesome. Thank you. I said, I told you inside it would take just a minute, but we're at 7.5 minutes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.